To a learner of Japanese, we often consider honorific expressions, keigo, as the last topic and give it extra weight. To use it to indicate the level of difficulty, demonstrate evidence of a comprehension, sometimes even to discuss a uniqueness to the language. Indeed, from a practical sense, all these arguments have a reason behind it. The basic principle to structure a keigo expression is rather easy to understand. Briefly, it has a focus on the person related to a given action and apply a clearly formed expression to it accordingly. There are two sets of such expressions, namely honorific expression and humble expression. While the person being respected carrying out the action, honorific expression is used. And while the respected person receiving the action, in another word, while the action is carried out by the person who is paying respect, the humble expression is applied. As one can easily tell, the structure described here is based on a face-to-face conversation, a speaker and a listener. However, in the real life, the language has to convey much more sensitive and complicated situations. From a simple third person to multi-persons who became to appear in the statement. In such a case, the relationship among all people involved in a single sentence may have many possible combinations. For example, a speaker may want to describe person A respects person B at the same time paying the speaker's own respect to the same person A. The keigo prepared many sensitive expressions for all such situations. As a learning subject, keigo presents a much broader scope comparing with the grammatical issues we have discussed by now. It does not appear as a fixed and clear rule which applies to each and all related phrases, but rather to be used to carry out a sort of sensitive feelings or an attitude in an expression. Thus, a discussion on the learning of keigo will not be able to limit to a word pattern or a type of a conjugation, but has to expand the attention to the entire sentence to make sure what relationship was placed in the context and how it was conveyed through the expression. Besides honorific and humble expression, there is a polite expression, teinego. The polite expression appeared rather as a style of the speaking or the writing to represent an attitude towards the listener or the reader. In modern Japanese, it is the mas style, and in classical Japanese, haberu, saburau, solo played a similar role. A textbook often deals with the polite expression as a part of the keigo, but here we will not provide a separate lecture for this topic. As a structure of a set of expression, keigo in modern Japanese follows exactly the same principle. However, in a practical sense, most words used in this concept have changed. Furthermore, many classical writings were first created within a rather small circle, intended to be read by those in a close relationship, that the expression for keigo took a much heavier weight. To a learner, this very last subject may become a real challenge for clear and good understanding of classical masterpieces. In the following two lectures, we will discuss on honorific and humble expressions.